Now, may have some questions for you on your presentation, so we'll open up to the commission. Commissioners, anything? Commissioner DeJesus?
I do. All right. I have to start by saying I saw your presentation. I thought your presentation was great. And looking at the homes, regarding the illegal electricity and the dangers to the community and growing, I understand that. And that's something certainly for the department and safety, the fire department as well. I was somewhat perplexed by having this dispensary issue here because it's a planning department or planning commission issue. I have no clue why they're here. And so I'm wondering if the department is being political in this and stopping it. I had that kind of feeling. And I get this letter here, and I'm looking at it, and indeed, you have opposed the dispensary, the captain opposed it in the planning department. So I'm just looking at all these things, and I think we need to make a distinction because I'm looking at your letter, and you threw in these illegal growing homes, which are dangerous, with actually opening a dispensary. And I think there are two separate distinct things. And I think you're bootstrapping that dangerous activity with legal activity. Medical marijuana dispensaries are legal if they meet the requirements within the planning commission and whatever the business permits are. They're legal. The state has said they're legal. So I'm just a little bit I was confused as I was sitting here. And I also recognize we had this issue before the commission 2 or 3 years ago regarding what is our policy regarding medical marijuana, and it is that we are going to follow the statute set by the City and County of San Francisco, and it's going to be the department's lowest priority. And we emphasize it should be the lowest priority in terms of prosecuting or going after medical marijuana use. The dispensaries are state right; those have been approved by the state. And so, looking at your letter here, you have things down like besides throwing in dangerous growing, you have in that medical dispensary might be more work for the department, because of the crime statistics. Well, I don't know if more work for the department is a benchmark for denying people legal access to medical marijuana, which is your right. And I also don't know if you're accurate about the crime. There's an article they presented us, or at least me, here was saying medical dispensaries don't bring any more crime than any other business. And so if you're going to put a letter like that, you're going to be political and go to a commission. What are your statistics to show that dispensaries have increased level of crime wherever they're located throughout the city versus any other business within that same area? And then one of the things in your letter you pointed out also they might be smoking in public. Well, that's your right. Their right is to use medical marijuana for their use, and it doesn't preclude them from smoking in public as long as they have their certificate, which indicates they're a medical marijuana patient. And it really, I guess, what it comes down to is I certainly would hope, and this is really to the chief, I certainly would hope that the department is not only controverting the laws of the state and the statutes of the city, just as a way to appease any particular supervisor. I do believe the real question is, should the department or a captain of the department be lobbying or opposing access to medical marijuana, which is legal in this state? I understand the department has a duty to present evidence or input to the commission as necessary or as required regarding statistics, crime, danger, etc. But to go out and to lobby, it just makes me wonder what is the context of your lobbying? Are you using it in your community meetings to get people to write letters to go to oppose the planning commission? If you take it upon yourself to oppose the dispensary, again, what statistics have you used? And looking at this, I'm concerned. I really am concerned. And I think maybe this commission should bring this issue in front of it and put it on the agenda, because we really need to investigate what exactly is this department doing in playing a political role in denying access to medical marijuana. And I think we need to investigate or review the policy that this department has set. We set policy, and the policy is the lowest priority. And to go out into politics against the dispensary is I think, is within the purview of this commission. And so I would like you to address some of these questions, because I'm frankly, I started here. I had no clue this issue was here. I had no clue the department was trying to prevent a dispensary in the territory, and I do think it does go up against the policies set by this commission. Okay. Thank you. I agree. Dispensaries are a legally allowed business, and they are a lawfully allowed business. And we have 23 of them operating in the city, 2 of them in the Terraville district on Ocean Avenue. The information I presented tonight talking about the illegal cultivation of marijuana in residences throughout the district spoke just to that, not to medical cannabis dispensaries. The nexus between those grows and the dispensaries was actually raised by the woman who spoke, who runs the 9th Avenue, or 9th Street dispensary. She spoke of the nexus there. I did not, because that's not my fault. What I presented here was the reality of what's going on in this district, in that there are people who are growing a substantial quantity of marijuana and posing health and safety risks to the public by doing so. And that's what we take action on here. The first person I met with respect to the proposed cannabis dispensary on Terraville was Greg. I grew up in the neighborhood where Greg's father ran a business. I've known him for 40 years. He came to the captain's meeting at Terraville Station and talked to me, and I said to him at that time, this is an issue, the issue you're going to have is not going to be with the police department. The issue you're going to have is going to be with this community. And I think you saw tonight exactly what the issue is. There is strong feeling in the community about whether or not this is an appropriate place for a dispensary, Terraville Street. My letter to the planning department was by way of saying that the issues we've seen in and around the dispensaries on Ocean Avenue, whether they're statistically based or based on the experience of going out and seeing these things in public and speaking to the residents and merchants out there, that's the reality of what I have seen as a police officer. And those are the things that could come to pass should the planning department approve the same type of business on Terraville Avenue. Now, as far as politicking the issue, while I do get asked a lot about the proposed medical cannabis dispensary, I think even Mr. Hansberry would say, I have they have held meetings, the Bay Area Compassionate Health has held meetings at Terraville Station to invite the public in to talk to them about their proposed dispensary. Every meeting I have gone to, I have told people, they have open house on Wednesday at their location. Go in there and see what they have to say. I personally visited the site. I've seen the plans Greg has for security, and I've talked to him about what could potentially happen at a site like that on Terraville Street, what the risks are.